Today on Cutler's Court.
I would give him my half of the rent money, come around, he didn't pay the rent. He didn't never pay the rent, ever.
What was he doing with the money?
I think he was tricking it off with females at his job, smelling like white diamonds.
No, Your Honor. She bad with money. She was also cheating because she wrote this look, I like big black things.
He left me in debt. He left me with all this stuff to handle by myself with no warning or nothing.
We'll find out today if he is ordered to pay. This is Cutler's Court. Diamond Walton is suing her ex-husband after his negligence led to an eviction and several accounts in collections. She is demanding that he pay the apartment collection fee and half of the unpaid bills, totaling $1,389. Eric Watkins claims he got nothing in their divorce, and his ex-wife will get nothing now. He says the bills were in her name. She initiated the divorce, so the responsibility falls on her.
Your Honor, this is case number 1121, Walton versus Watkins.
Thank you, Tashi. Good day, everyone. Miss Walton and Mr. Watkins, you all were married, and now you're divorced. That should be the end of the story, but it's not. Miss Walton, what are we doing here today?
I'm here today because I'm suing my ex-husband of 7 years for not only destroying my credit, but just being a cheater and a conniver and just doing whatever he wanted to do to me, pretty much.
Destroying credit, cheater, and conniver?
Yes. Let me tell you why we're here today.
All right.
Well, and why I divorced him. Well, he used to go to work all the time, and when he come home, super late, like he'll come home, he'll get off of work at like 3 o'clock. He'll come home at like 9 o'clock, smelling like white diamonds. And I don't wear white diamonds. I love Bath and Body Works.
The perfume white diamonds?
Yes, the strong white diamonds, like the real stout white diamonds that everybody wears, but I don't wear it because I wear Bath and Body Works.
Okay.
And I accused him of it, and I asked him, like, why you always coming home smelling like white diamonds? And he was like, I don't smell like white diamonds. This my work scent. But you work in a whole warehouse. Where's the white diamonds at?
It's not a white diamonds warehouse, is it?
Oh, no, it's not.
Okay.
So, and how did you know it was white diamonds?
Because it's a very distinctive smell. You know how you go to church and you sit by, you know, the lady of the church or your grandmama and you smell that real strong white diamonds, or they hug you and the scent stays on you really strong.
Oh my Lord. So you saying that it sticks with you. It
yes,
lingers.
And it be all over him.
When my mother wouldn't say it lingers, she said, oh, that lingers.
Yes,
okay.
It does.
All right, I know what you're talking about. Okay, Mr. Watkins, were you coming home with a lingering scent?
No, Your Honor. I don't know what white diamond is.
So what were you smelling like?
I was smelling like myself, coming from home from work, kind of,
And you work in a warehouse?
Little bit. Yes.
Okay, so, there are a lot of jobs you can come home from that, you hug people all day, so some scent can rub off on you. So when you get home, you might smell like perfume. Warehouse is as far away from smelling nice, if you're in a warehouse all day, as far away as you can get from smelling like white diamonds. So how do you reconcile that?
Well, probably one of my supervisors, gave me a hug or whatever. Glad to see me at work on time, and probably where the white diamonds came from.
Hold on. So one of your supervisors at the warehouse is wearing white diamonds to work. Is that kind of where you're going with this?
Yes.
Okay, how do you explain the time gap? You get off at 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and you're not coming home till 9 o'clock. How do you explain that?
I explain that because I rise around. Like when I get off work, I rise around because she's be angry. I don't want to go right home because she's angry. She come out with some unnecessary stuff to say to me.
What kinds of things she angry about?
She is about, like, why I'm showing up too late, coming home too late.
But you understand that you're coming home too late because you're driving around, right?
Yes, and I drive around every day. So
you drive around for 6 hours?
6 hours every day to
what
calm my nerves.
What kind of gas are you spending? You got that kind of gas money that you're going to drive around for 6 hours?
Yes, I got that 6 hours. I got that kind of gas money to drive.
Every day?
Every day, to not hurt her mouth yelling and arguing.
How bad is it at home that you would rather spend the gas money to drive around for 6 hours instead
every
of
day?
Well, that explains why they're divorced, but good grief.
And it also explains why they weren't paying bills, because he was buying everything for the gas. What
Yeah.
in the world? Okay, so you did not buy this story that he was just driving around.
Oh, I know he was driving around till the wheels fell off because he wrecked my Chrysler 200 that he ended up buying me for my birthday. He had bought me a Chrysler 200 for my birthday.
Nice.
So, yes, I loved that car. It rode nice. And that's when he wrecked it right there.
Oh,
like, he had a
no,
very
that was
bad
a
wreck.
bad wreck.
So
A
how did
real bad wreck.
So what happened? How did the wreck happen?
Well, the people, I ended up calling him because, again, he was late coming home. So I called him, and the lady actually answered the phone and told me, you know, Miss Watson, can you go ahead and go to the hospital because that's where your husband is. So I went to the hospital, and they didn't let me see him till almost 2 hours after I got there because they had to get him stable. He was in a very bad position, and I stuck by his side through that the whole time. He had 4 broke ribs. He had a concussion. He had started seizing and everything. And I was right there by his side the whole time just for him to get well and continue to do me wrong.
That's not true, Your Honor. When I did woke up in a bad car wreck, she wanted to pull the plug on me and ended my whole career and whatever.
So you're
the
saying
plug.
she pulled the plug on your relationship, not you?
Not me. She wanted to pull the plug on me to end this whole relationship she had
was
gone
done.
on. She was done with me.
All right, Miss Walton, did you pull the plug on the relationship?
Yes, I most definitely did.
Oh, so you were like, no
yes,
more.
I got tired of it. I got tired of his games. I got tired of his manipulation. I got tired of him staying out late, messing up my credit, not paying the rent. Like he couldn't
Tell
handle
me about
his
this credit issue that you
Well, we got put out of 2 apartments
Oh.
due to not paying rent. I would give him my half of the rent money and be like, can you go pay this? Can you go handle this? And he'd be like, yeah, baby, I got you. And come around, he didn't pay the rent. He didn't never pay the rent, ever. And we was 3 months delinquent. That's why we got evicted. So that's on my credit report. And
So
after all he did,
What was he doing with the money?
I think he was tricking it off with females at his job, smelling
No,
like
Your
white
Honor.
diamonds.
No, Your Honor. She was also cheating also because she wrote this little incident on Facebook, was like, I like big black things. And I was like, what is big black things? You know what I'm saying? So
You
I'm
thought she
tryna-
was cheating.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what is big black things because she like big black things. So
And how did you find this? You found it in her phone?
on Facebook.
On
so
Facebook.
Facebook is public. Everybody gonna see it. She love big black things. So
Well, how do you know she wasn't talking about you?
cause she got the things with the incident of things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so she
plural.
talk about plenty of things.
Plural.
So
See?
you know.
If it was just
Oh.
one thing, then he
Yeah.
would have thought it was him.
Yeah,
But when you
no.
thing it out plural,
Then it was more than him.
more than him.
Okay.
That's a reasonable conclusion.
No, but I mean that is. Okay, all right. I was like,
Wait a minute, how many did you count? Was that 1, 2, 3? What was
no,
that?
I was like, I like big black things.
And I cannot lie.
No, that's a whole nother thing.
With the
that's
ends
a whole
at the
nother
end.
thing.
That's a whole nother thing.
Yes.
Coming up,
You were driving around each day for 6 hours before you went home, and one day you decided, I'm not going back.
Every time I go back, it's a big problem. It's an argument. She yelling at me.
I loved that man. I did. I loved
did.
him with everything in my heart and my soul.
And
I tried everything to make it work with him. He'd get off of work at like 3 o'clock. He'd come home at like 9 o'clock, smelling like white diamonds. And I don't wear white diamonds.
She was also cheating also because she wrote this on Facebook, I like big black things. And I was like, what is big black things?
Okay, so Miss Walton, I feel compelled to ask you, do you like big black things?
Your Honor, yes I do, but I wasn't referring to what he thought I was referring to.
Okay, illuminate. Tell me what you were talking about, because
I
it
was just
sounds
pretty
like
much-
something to me.
I can't remember the name of the song, but I was just quoting the song. It wasn't like, I don't even have time to cheat. He had all the time to cheat in the vehicle to cheat with.
Driving for
Right.
6 hours every day, you can get a lot done.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold on. Out of all the songs from which you could have pulled lyrics to post, You chose that song and that particular phrase. I want to know why.
Because he was gone, and I wanted him to read the post so he can get upset and come home.
Did it work?
No.
Still driving around for 6
driving
hours.
around,
6
smelling like
hours.
white
Yes,
diamonds.
yes,
Okay,
Your
now,
Honor.
well,
Yeah.
hold on. So, what were you serving up at home that makes him like, I ain't going home. I'd rather drive around? I mean, what were you doing?
I wasn't doing anything. I was being a good mama to my kids. I was cooking and cleaning for him and ironing his work clothes, packing his lunch. And I'd be strict every now and then. That was because I was trying to motivate him.
And when you
I
say
was trying to
strict, what were you
motivate
doing?
him to pretty much trying to help him to get to his full potential. Like telling him, you should do it like this instead of taking this way. Or if you drive around all night, then you ain't gonna have no gas to get to work in the morning.
But I just gotta think you weren't like, honey, I really think that you ought to consider blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. I feel like it was more like, look at here.
Kind of more like that?
Well, sometimes it would be like that, but I'd be super frustrated because he wouldn't understand, he wouldn't get it. And we were so far behind in debt, I didn't know what else to really tell him to do.
Okay, now you have brought this suit and you're asking for damages, correct? Mm-hmm. Tell us about the debt that's going on.
We got unpaid rent from 2 different apartments.
Okay.
And I paid my half of the rent. He didn't pay his half of the rent. So it didn't get paid. Not only that, but we have old utility bills that he did not pay that went into collections. That's on my credit because everything was in my name because he couldn't fill out paperwork.
Okay, so the utility bills, and how much are you asking for that? It's $570.
Yes.
And those utilities were in your name?
It was in my name.
Okay.
And why didn't you add his name? If you were filling out the paperwork, why didn't you just fill it out for him
He didn't
too?
qualify because he already messed up his credit.
Oh, so you had to do it.
Yes.
Okay, and was the lease in your name only?
Yes, it was.
So
He was
both
on
of these
my
apartments.
lease. He was on the lease, but I was the head of household.
Okay, so was he on the lease, like he signed for it and was responsible for it too?
Yes.
Okay.
So you
No, Your
okay.
Honor, I was just on the lease.
You're saying
Just
you were
showing
just
on the lease.
a person listed
I
as
was
you were
just a
gonna be
person
living
that
there.
listed on the lease. Them bills and stuff, they're for her, because it's in her name, not my name.
Do you have a copy of any of the lease or leases?
Yes, I do. It's all in here.
Tasha, would you please get that?
Up next,
I paid my half, she didn't pay her half. What she do with her half, she go out, get her hair done, get her nails done, get makeup, fix herself up. I'm like,
That's after I gave you half of the rent money and the bill money. I gave it to you.
Your testimony was the compelling piece to this.
Unpaid rent from 2 different apartments.
What was he doing with the money?
I think he was tricking it off with females at his job, smelling
No,
like
Your
white
Honor.
diamonds.
no, Your Honor.
So was he on the lease, like he signed for it and was responsible for it too?
No, Your Honor, I was just on the lease.
Do you have a copy of any of the lease or leases?
Yes, I do.
No, ma'am.
I don't see a copy of the lease. I see
We got the pictures.
pictures of the auto accident.
And we've got things from your credit report, looks
Yeah,
like.
everything just made up, no.
You saying these aren't even real, huh?
She's making everything up. Talking about what I ain't paid, I paid my half. She didn't pay her half. What she do with her half, she go out, get her hair done, get her nails done, get makeup, fix herself up. I'm like,
That's after I gave you half of the rent money and the bill money. I gave it to you.
Well, okay, Ms. Walton, let me just ask. Have there been instances where you all were supposed to pay the rent, but the half you were supposed to pay, you took it and did other stuff like hair and
No,
nails? You said that never happened?
Never
Yeah.
happened. Never.
I give her money, and that's all she think about is her.
He didn't give me
nails.
no money because he used to tell
clothes.
me that he paying half of the rent, but we end up getting evicted. So how
And
you
you-
paying half of the rent? What you doing with the money?
Well, let me ask this. Mr. Watkins, from how many places have you and Ms. Walton been evicted?
One.
Okay. Ms. Walton, how many, you've been evicted from 1 or 2 places?
2 places.
Okay, why do you say 2 and he says 1?
Because he don't know because he wasn't paying the rent.
Well, he wouldn't know if he got evicted when he came home and his stuff
No,
was
he
on the curb.
left the last time.
Oh, so you've been put out of 2 places?
Yes.
But he wasn't
'Cause
living
we
with
ended
you
up
in the
getting
second place?
divorced. Yes.
Okay, so
Oh.
how did that happen?
Because he ended up leaving me and my kids just high and dry. He said he left peaceably or whatever. Nah, he didn't. He left me in debt. He left me with all this stuff to handle by myself with no warning or nothing.
She came home one day and all your stuff was just gone.
All my stuff was just gone.
Why'd you leave?
I leave because she bad with money.
That's it? It wasn't because you didn't like her no more? Your reason for leaving her was that she was bad with money.
Her attitude is bad. Like,
So you were driving around each day for 6 hours before you went home, and one day you decided, I'm not going back.
And they did this for 7 years, Cutler.
well, I did went back, but every time I go back, it's a big problem. It's an argument. She yelling at me, telling me different stories about how I got perfume on my clothes and stuff like that. And I'm like, this came from work.
What I find interesting is they did this for 7 years. And I'm like, that's a long time.
It is, but I loved it, that man. I did. I loved him with everything in my heart and my soul.
And
I tried everything to make it work with him.
And at the end of the day, it was the end of the day.
It was the end of the day.
All right, I think we're ready to deliberate.
Okay. Well, at this time, Judge Dana and I are going to talk about this, and we're going to look at the evidence you submitted, review your testimony, and we'll let you know what we decide. Tashi, would you show our litigants out, please?
Her testimony kills her because she said everything was in her name. For whatever reason, it was in her name.
The thing is also, I mean, he says he wasn't on his responsible party.
Yeah.
She says he was. I mean, it's her burden as a plaintiff.
Correct.
And she hasn't met the burden because we can't tell.
All right.
All right. So
We're ready for our litigants. Ms. Walton, Mr. Watkins, we have had an opportunity to deliberate over your claim. We were both very grateful we didn't have to try to convince you all to stay together. That decision has been made. So the question is the $1,389 that you're asking for back rent and for utilities. There were a couple of things. One, as you probably know, you're bringing the claim so you have a burden of proof to support your claims. But your testimony was the compelling piece to this, and that was that the utilities were in your name solely. So that means that you're the only one legally responsible for it. With regards to the lease, there was testimony that didn't match. You were saying he was on the lease as a responsible person. Mr. Watkins was saying that he was not. So we needed you to bring a copy of the lease or something to show and support your position. So accordingly, we cannot fine for you on either claim regarding the rent or the utilities, because one, you were on the utilities by yourself, and number two, you weren't able to establish clearly that Mr. Watkins had any responsibility for the lease. But that's one of the reasons we tell people, when in love, you still need to take care of business. And if you're gonna be the one on the lease, you needed a document that Mr. Watkins signed saying, I'm responsible to you for half of the expenses. Because you get to this point and it's all on you. And it's not a decision that we relish, but by the law, that's what we have to decide. So, the ruling of the court is that we find in favor of the defendant on plaintiff's claim. That is the ruling. Court is adjourned.
Well, I feel about the judge's ruling that it was kind of fair in a way that I didn't have all my information together, but at the same time, it wasn't fair because he still owed me my money.
I feel like the judge ruled me today. I didn't have to pay it, and we got it over with.
In my next relationship, I won't be having these problems anymore. I won't.